Hey Beans, and welcome to a little bit of a different type of video. Normally when I upload stuff on this channel, it's analyzing things that already exist in Animal Jam, and every once in a while, like in my video, 50 things Animal Jam should add, I throw in things that I think Animal Jam should actually think about adding in the future, rather than just talking about stuff that exists in the game now. This is going to be one of those videos where I throw out a ton of ideas that I think would really make Animal Jam better as a whole, both monetarily for the company and for the players themselves, well, and just enjoying the game overall. So this is about a dozen things that I think would really just make Animal Jam so much fun. Also, while I go ahead and talk, I hope you guys enjoy some speed paints by Artemis in the background. She's an amazing artist, and you should all go check out her channel because this is just a fragment of what she can do. She has some great speed arts on her channel, and I'm sure you all know her by now if you've ever been to the Masterpiece Party because she bills that thing. She owns that party. The theme this time around is going to be masterpieces. I have a ton of ideas as to how Animal Jam could improve these things because, well, they're very easy to improve. They're so open-ended and there's so much stuff to be done with these amazing tools. Now, let's start with my biggest suggestion. This is an edit that I actually asked Dark the Fox to make because I just thought it was such a good idea. This idea has to do with those tabs under a player's player card. You know how you can pull up pets and animals and achievements? Well, there should be a masterpieces card because sometimes when you find a really amazing artist, you want to see all of the art they've made because, well, it's all very amazing. They have so much talent. And I think the best way to do that would be the ability to pull down a little masterpiece tab that would show you all of the masterpieces a person has made. I think this is pretty self-explanatory, especially if you look at this edit by Dark the Fox. I feel like it would be such an easy addition for Animal Jam that would make art so much more fun, and it would get artists a lot more credit for their work. Next up, I think there should be masterpiece achievements. Achievements are one thing that are very prominent in a lot of games because they're a lot of fun, and they add a very fun aspect of competition to the game, and it's all optional, but Animal Jam doesn't totally capitalize on the idea of achievements, and I think that they should add masterpiece achievements. Some examples would be getting a masterpiece into the Masterpiece Party, making a certain number of masterpieces, or getting a certain number of likes on a masterpiece, and I'm sure Animal Jam could think of some new creative ones, like use 50 different colors in one masterpiece, or something like that. I think that would be a ton of fun, and it would get people to go and try some wacky things with their masterpieces. Plus, it also adds some sort of reward for making masterpieces, besides getting a ton of likes on one, which leads us into the next idea. I have talked so much about the auction house, I'm not even going to bring it up now, because Animal Jam knows about this, we've all talked to them about it, and it's just such a simple idea. I'm not going to just hammer this idea home anymore, but I will say that I think there should be something similar to that with masterpieces. This idea is that there should be some sort of central hub for masterpieces, where someone, if they offer to do so, can put their masterpiece up so that someone can buy a copy. Obviously, there will be some people who want to keep their masterpieces exclusive and special, and won't want to just put their masterpieces up so anyone can buy them, but if you did want to make some diamonds off of your masterpieces, this would be a good way to not only get some people some art, but also get some diamonds to people. Now, you'd have to probably charge at least 5 diamonds for one, because in order for this to be profitable for Animal Jam, they would have to take at least 1 diamond for themselves, because when you lose diamonds, Animal Jam makes money, because in the future, you'll have to buy more diamonds. And since you pay 2 diamonds in the first place to make a masterpiece, in order for the artist to make some diamonds, they'd have to charge at least 3 diamonds, so that they could get a net gain of 1 diamond. I just think this would be very cool for all the reasons I listed before. Next up, I am not an artist myself, so I can't really say anything about this, but just looking at any other drawing program ever, I realize that the Animal Jam one is very primitive and basic and easy to understand, but not great for high-level kind of stuff. And there could be so many amazing masterpieces if Animal Jam added a few more features that are present in some of the higher level drawing programs. Again, I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff, I can't give any concrete ideas, but I know that there are easy things Animal Jam could add that could be maybe options you could turn on the advanced settings or not so that you wouldn't confuse kids, that would make masterpieces as a whole so much more professional. And another small little thing, I think there should be better regulation of masterpieces that look the exact same. It can be difficult when things happen like when Snowy Claw made 5 different copies of the Sir Gilbert masterpiece she made, but she labeled them all 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, so the system couldn't pick up that they were basically the exact same masterpiece, because there was that one little piece of variance where the number in the corner did change. But when an artist makes an exact copy of a masterpiece, well, it really shouldn't be showing up more than once, and I don't think it would be beyond Animal Jam's abilities to make some sort of new string of code that says that, well, this masterpiece is 90% similar to this other masterpiece, we probably shouldn't feature it again in this exact same party. Maybe we'll feature them separately, but you probably don't want to see a masterpiece that's that similar anyways, and it would probably be even higher than 90%. If a masterpiece is like 97% the same as another masterpiece, it's the same thing. And here's one about half of you are going to love. I had this idea the other day, and I just absolutely love it. I've always felt like God, it's so hard to do this thing with non-members and masterpieces, because obviously so many non-members are great artists and they want to make masterpieces, but also being able to make masterpieces is a huge part of buying membership. A lot of people get membership just to make masterpieces. It's a big deal, and Animal Jam would lose out on quite a bit of money if they made non-members allowed to make masterpieces. So I have a nice little compromise, I think. Maybe give non-members a brief trial of masterpieces. Maybe you could do something like giving them only a few colors and restricting certain tools, especially if you added more complex tools, you could restrict them from non-members, but you could still make it so that they could spend 2 diamonds and make a masterpiece. Animal Jam might not even be losing money because they would still, in the end, have to spend their diamonds on the masterpiece, which means that there will be less diamonds in circulation, and the less diamonds there are out there, the more likely people are to buy diamonds in the future. And another thing I think would be very fun, we have the masterpiece party currently, and it is a big hit because it shows off all of the coolest art in the game, and, well, some of the most liked. That's not necessarily good, Apari. But I think it would be amazing if we could have like a giant list of all the most liked art in the game, like the top 100. I think it would be a great way to recognize people for their amazing art and also get people shouted out and get them recognition for all of the hard work they put into their art. And if Animal Jam did add that thing I talked about earlier where there was some sort of central hub where you could buy masterpieces, well, it'd be pretty cool if in that same little spot you could see the top like 1,000 masterpieces. I don't know, I'm just saying. Plus then it would be kind of a game and you could vote for your favorites among the list, and it would really matter how many likes you had because it would become a competition. And I think that people would make some amazing art, especially knowing that they would get recognized and praised so much for putting so much effort in. And here's one that I think would be pretty cool. Animal Jam on things like their Instagram and the Daily Explorer all the time have art contests and things of that nature where they just tell people to do anything they want, you know, make something spooky, make something based off of a horse, make something based off of the new update, draw this animal, things like that are very themed, streamlined contests, and they make them really open-ended, which is amazing. But I think every once in a while, Animal Jam should throw something in there where they say, hey, whoever can draw the best masterpiece of a spinny boy, no, they're not going to use spinny boys, but you know what I mean, that's an example. Whoever can draw the best masterpiece of a spinny boy gets, I don't know, a shout out or like a long black spike collar and some kind of plaque. That would be really cool. And that's a pretty easy thing to do, and I think they do even do some masterpiece exclusive contests. But the real idea behind this idea is that there should be a separate party besides the masterpiece gallery party that shows off all of that themed art. So if they have a spinny boy contest and all of the people from all around Jamag go and make spinny boys, they should have a big contest where they show off like 30 awesome spinny boy arts so that you can go to a themed party. To give a real life example, I think they did some sort of phantom artist contest where it was like whoever can draw the best phantom or like make the best phantom out of clay or do anything creative that represents a phantom wins a long black spike collar and some sort of artist plaque. I'm not sure how these contests work, I've never entered, but that's my understanding. So if they could just make a masterpiece party called like Phantom Masterpiece Party and then put all of these masterpieces of phantoms made for this thing into this party, that would be really cool, I think. Plus, it's a way for people who are less known to get recognized, because a lot of the time, the people in the Masterpiece Party are the people who are in, like, big museums like Wisteria Moons, people who are well known for their art already, like September Cattle Dog, Artemis, Nymphae Alba, people like that. And this would be a really good way for brand new jammers to get their art shown off at one of these parties that all these people are visiting. I mean, you've seen how many likes Masterpieces are getting now that this new Masterpiece Party exists, because all of a sudden, everyone from the community is seeing all these masterpieces. And finally, just a small little note to Animal Jam. This glitch is getting really annoying. I really want to do mail time and recognize everyone for their art, but unfortunately there's been a really big glitch recently where when you open up a masterpiece inside of a Jamagram gift, it doesn't preview, and the only way to see it is to go to your den and open it. This isn't that big of a deal, it's just kind of an inconvenience for most people, but when I'm really trying to get my fans recognized and promoted and give them shoutouts for all the cool stuff they make me, it can be really difficult when you just can't see the masterpiece while you're opening it during a mail time. And I know a lot of you guys really enjoy those fan art mail times, and it's just kind of a pain that they don't show up like that. So Animal Jam, I've messaged you guys about this and you haven't done anything, even though you did acknowledge the problem. So if you could really just work on that glitch. It didn't even happen until recently. For a long time, it worked just fine. I've done plenty of masterpiece mail times. Only recently did this problem really develop. So there is obviously some sort of fix that could be implemented to make things like they used to be. And that would be very, very helpful to video makers in general, and just, it'd be a nice convenience to players. Anyways, Beans, there are my suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!